Are you looking for work and having a hard time landing that job? Yet, according to the Department of Labor, there are more jobs available today than there were before the pandemic began. So, what is the disconnect? Well, today we'll talk a little bit about that and also give you 8 tips on what you can do to land that next job. Hello, I'm Michael Robinson and welcome to my channel where we talk about everything relating to one's career based on my 2.5 decades experience having owned and operated my own staffing company in the financial markets that cater to the financial institutions, medical institutions, other kinds of companies, large and small, in New York City and across the country. I will share with you my experience. I will give you tips on how you can navigate this economy, all of the nuances involved in corporate environments, and how you can move your career forward. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 4:30 p.m. I will be giving you a new video on what you can do to move your career forward, land the next job, and navigate the skills in helping you have a successful career. Don't forget, click the like button, leave comments, questions, share the videos to others so they too could be in the know. So today we're talking about employment in terms of, COVID-19. How are you landing that job? Why is it challenging that so many jobs are out there and employers are looking, employees are having a hard time finding that job? In South Florida, for example, the construction business is booming. There are thousands of jobs available for people in that field, yet contractors are finding it really hard to secure the talent. They're even offering incentives, sign-on bonuses, or even a 20% increase from what they normally would charge. So there's a desperate need for people in that sector. We see the same trends happening in the tech sector and even the financial markets as well. So what is causing this unusual situation where there are jobs available and yet talent is not running to the jobs? The pandemic has been a very unusual situation for all of us. We have never experienced anything like this in our lifetime. Thousands of people were terminated permanently. Millions of people were furloughed and had to work from home. The reality is that it put us into lockdown, and not just lockdown economically, but socially, psychologically, financially, and physically. What has happened in the past year and a half was a dynamic of many situations that we never imagined. Coming to the rescue, however, was the government with the fabulous stimulus checks and extended unemployment insurance, which helped a lot of folks and probably helped people in a way that some folks are not ready to go back to work because they have been living on the stimulus and financial aid that they've gotten from the government. However, that is not the case in every situation. What has happened over the past couple of months was quite unusual. We have seen a mass migration from high-impact cities like New York City to lower-impact cities. We have seen unemployed workers becoming creative in terms of finding ways of making money. Many have become entrepreneurs, especially many millennials whom I've spoken to. They have decided that they were not going to sit back and wait for the economy to open back, but they were going to find ways of making money in the e-commerce platform, utilizing apps like Amazon.com to sell products and services, utilizing their own websites to do influential things on social media and other kinds of applications that are out there. Many people find it difficult to go back to work because of the fear of COVID. So they're paralyzed with the thought of, should I go out there and get COVID in order to feed my family? Or should I stay at home and continue collecting unemployment insurance or live off my savings account until the coast is clear? But the coast isn't clearing up anytime soon, as we can see. The other thing that has happened is that childcare is a very expensive proposition for many folks. A lot of families are finding it difficult to secure affordable childcare for their kids. So therefore, they're sequestered at home because of that. Even though the school system is opening up slowly but surely, so there's a misaligned gap out there when it comes to employment. There are many jobs that are available on the market, and there are many people that are looking for work, but yet they're not meeting in the middle. This misaligned gap can be changed. Today I'm going to give you 8 tips on what you can do to make sure that you not only tap into the situation of accessing a job, but you also position yourself so that you can land that job successfully with all the tips I'm going to give you today moving forward. Number 1, if you're not on LinkedIn, if you're not on Indeed, Handshake, and Glassdoor, you might as well be invisible, because this is one of the major job platforms that employers are using these days to secure qualified talent. What it means is having a profile on these platforms. What it means is accessing the benefits of using these platforms. And one of the main benefits of using the platforms, besides networking, which I love, is the fact that many companies are posting their job openings on these sites. So you can literally go and search on a daily basis to see what jobs are coming up that you can apply for. Number 2, be specific about what you're looking for. Do not throw your resume at every job that's out there hoping that eventually something would stick on the wall, because chances are you're wasting your time and you're wasting other people's time. So be very specific about what you are seeking and pursue those jobs exclusively. Make sure your resume reflects the job that you're looking for, and that it reflects what you have done before in the best possible light. Because I've seen too many times where people just send a resume in because there's a job vacancy and they have absolutely no skill sets or no experience pertaining to that situation. You see, recruiters and hiring managers often look for search engines to do the searching for them using what's called keywords. So if your resume doesn't have the keywords or the skill sets or the job title that they're looking for, it will go into the virtual trash can. And therefore you're wasting your time and you're wasting unnecessary energy. So focus in on what you want and make sure that your skill sets and your resume reflect your history, your work history, and it also matches the job you're actually applying for. Number 3, make every word count on your resume. Personalize and simplify your resume. Less words, more impact. More words, difficult to read. You get me? So make sure that you have fewer words and those words have full impact in terms of reflecting your job history and your skill sets. Also make sure that you bullet. You see, I absolutely love bulleted resumes because as a hiring manager, I don't have a lot of time in my life to sit there reading an ongoing paragraph after paragraph about what somebody did or didn't do or couldn't do or how they did it. I want to see the information right up. Bulleted resumes give me an opportunity to look at a glance to see whether or not this person is a fit for the job that I have. So make sure your resumes are bulleted. I mean, some people may disagree with me, that's okay. But for me personally, that works. And for many other hiring managers, I know it works as well. So think about bulleting your resume. Think about simplifying the words. Think about less wordy, more impact. Number 4, I want to empower you. So I want to say stay focused and stay centered. Do not be distracted by the naysayers or the distractors or the distracting things in your lives, because there are many. There are many things out there that can distract you from moving forward. There are many things you can look at on social media that can make you feel like, oh, why am I wasting my time? Number 5, make sure your social media platform reflects you in the best light. I can't tell you how often hiring managers, potential hiring managers, will go on your Facebook feed or your YouTube channel if you've got one, or Instagram, just to see what this person is all about. So you might want to clean up your social media if you're looking for work, and you might have unflattering photographs or comments you might have made intentionally or unintentionally to someone that is on your feed. All right, so just clean up your social media platform. It makes a big difference, because a lot of times we do go and check to see what somebody is saying. Because remember, we're looking for someone to blend into our corporate culture. And if that person is reflecting an image that may be non-conducive to who we as a company are, then that can be a disqualifying factor for you. Number 6 is my favorite. Approach the job market like a business. Create a plan of action every day for yourself, and keep track of everything you do, including resumes, where you've sent them, how many you sent. Decide how many you are going to send on a daily basis, and keep a notation of where you sent them, what jobs you were applying for, and who you might have sent them to. Because it's going to matter when you do get a call in future from that potential hiring manager wanting to do a phone interview with you. And that takes me into number 7, which is be prepared for the phone call. Don't be a "where are you calling from again" candidate, because it can be very disconcerting for someone on the other end calling you because they kind of like your resume and want to know more about who you are and what you've done. So be prepared, know your resume like the back of your hand, and know who is calling. Every person who calls will introduce him or herself by name and company. So remember that spreadsheet that I talked about in number 6? Pull that out so you know who you're talking to. So you don't have to say, what is your name again and what company you're calling from again? It is very much a turn off. So be prepared for the interview by phone. Like I said, know your resume, know exactly what you're going to be talking about, know what that job is about so you can speak to it on the phone, because that's the difference between being impressive and unforgettable. Number 8, be prepared for your Zoom, WebEx, or Skype call when you do get that interview, face-to-face interview. Because chances are you're not going into an office these days, since many offices prefer to do things virtually. Make sure your space is clean, clear, clutter-free, noise-free, and you are reflected in the best light. Lighting and audio are very important. So you don't want to be in a dark room. You don't want to be in a place where the audio sounds like you're in a bottle. So you want to test your computer, make sure the audio is fine, probably even practice with a friend to make sure that when you do make that call, the video call is going to be flawless, because you have one opportunity to create an impression, and this is your moment. So you don't want to lose it. We'll talk more about Zooming and making these WebEx calls in future. But for now, just be prepared, because they're going to be a part of your interviewing process moving forward. So good luck on your job search, and let me know how things are going by leaving comments or questions. Ask me about anything you want, because when it comes to searching for a job, I know just about everything. So I'll be happy to share that with you. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can be notified of upcoming videos every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 4:30 p.m. So until next time, remember, think like an entrepreneur and you will succeed in your career. Be well.